I hope we're gonna have some fun because today we're back on a game that I never thought I would ever come back to. What's good, YouTube? Today we are back here on some Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019. I played Modern Warfare 3, I played Modern Warfare 2, and now it's time to go back to 6 years ago, playing one of the biggest Modern Warfare games ever, and just experience it here in 2025 to even see if this game is actually even playable, because I am very curious if it is. But if you guys want to see me play more throwback Call of Duties, comment down what other Call of Duty you want to see me play next. Don't forget to drop a like on today's video. Subscribe if you guys are brand new. Let's play Modern Warfare 2019 here in 2025. Oh my god, I forgot in Ground War you have to actually spawn in, and you can spawn in on your teammates and stuff like that too. It did not spawn me on my teammate. All right, well, I'm in the back of the map, but this is Modern Warfare 2019. Oh my god, this game, it changed a lot for Call of Duty just by a whole, because Warzone came out this year and Warzone absolutely blew up. It was absolutely just one of the most insane things to ever come across Call of Duty, but we also had the most insane multiplayer that Call of Duty has literally ever seen, because I'm pretty sure this was the most popular and the most selling COD at this time. It broke like I think every single record that ever came with Call of Duty in terms of sales, and I'm pretty sure in terms of just the player base, in terms of like daily players, but a lot of that did attain to COVID, because obviously COVID played a part in just in Call of Duty's success during the year of 2019, and just honestly during the year of like 2021 as well too, because literally everybody was just in the house and they had no choice but to literally play games. And unfortunately, the year that does happen is the year that, you know, we had this multiplayer, and a lot of people glorify this COD a lot, and very interesting to see them really glorify it, because in my personal opinion, this definitely was one of the worst, or if not the worst, Call of Duty of all time. I think people do consider this game to be great just for the simple fact that Warzone came out with it, so they had like this sort of like blurry-eyed vision when it comes to this multiplayer, because they think this is like the world's greatest thing on earth, when in my personal opinion it really isn't. I think if you're like I don't want to say a real pub stomper, but if you're just like I guess a multiplayer kid, you know, this multiplayer definitely was not even like top 3 at all, because it literally was just, it was so bad when this game first came out. In terms of like, I think just the beta and the actual full release of the game, there was literally no mini map in the game at all, so you had to run around the game and just simply guess. The only time you had a mini map was whenever you called in like a UAV or like that little mini spy plane that they have in this game, and that was the only time you ever had a mini map. So you had no red dots in this game at all. As you clearly can see on the mini map, there's no red dots and just people shooting. Watch, kid is spawned on me. Oh my god. You had literally no mini map whatsoever, so you had to just simply just guess where everybody was at. Like, I remember when the game first came out and just around the beta time, people literally had, I think, the word like mini map or like radar just absolutely just trending, because what's a Call of Duty game without a mini map? Like, you need a mini map in Call of Duty, whether people want to admit it or not. The fact that Infinity Ward even released this game without a mini map was so brave in my personal opinion, and one of the most riskiest things they could have ever done for Call of Duty, because it's like, whoa, they were so confident in releasing this game without a mini map. It was one of the most insane things, one of the most unbelievable things in the entire world. But on a positive side, when it came to this game, they actually sort of kind of introduced, not necessarily bunny hop, but like this is like the most fluent bunny hop you ever had in Call of Duty ever, so people really did love jump shotting in this game. Another thing with the movement side of things also, we had, I think this is the first game to ever introduce like slide canceling to a certain extent. Like, this is like the first game where you can like somewhat sit here and slide cancel, as you can see right here, and like this literally just like changed the game in terms of Call of Duty's like movement history for the better, of course, because everybody just loves slide canceling nowadays, but it just changed the evolution of Call of Duty's movement, because now people can't live without slide canceling ever, and it's just something that is a must. And I'm definitely one of those people who have definitely fallen victim for that as well too. Like, every time I move, I need to slide cancel. Like, slide canceling is something that I just kind of need in my personal opinion. This is like the year of like quote unquote movement, because, you know, Warzone came out, and then Warzone just took the whole movement, I guess like the movement fiend and the whole movement advancement just to an entirely new level, and it just changed the evolution of Call of Duty and their players just by a whole lot. And I'm far from like upset about that. I'm actually saying that's kind of a good thing, because the movement just made everything 10 times better. It made Call of Duty a lot more fun, especially once you like master it. You just had the ability and just the confidence to just fly around the map. I'm pretty sure this was the year also as well where like S&D was very popular in this multiplayer for some odd reason, and like you would see just insane clips of people just doing movement clips and stuff like that. You would just, if you mastered the movement in this game, you became like a little crackhead and could just simply outplay anybody with movement. This is like the first year you ever saw something like that with Call of Duty. It was also mainly just in S&D, or just mainly in Warzone, and that's the only times you really saw like cracked out kids trying to do stuff with their movement, but you never really saw that just like, I guess, like randomly throughout multiplayer. It was always just in a specific type of game mode where that stuff would actually just happen. And you guys are probably wondering why I'm literally playing Ground War, because in my personal opinion, Ground War was the game mode to play. Like, if you didn't play Ground War as a regular pub stomper, you just personally didn't succeed, in my personal opinion, in this game, because it was so difficult playing the regular maps, because this game was one of the slowest multiplayers in history. Everything made a sound in this game. Whatever you did in this game made an absolute loud noise. That is a juggernaut. Please don't kill me. Oh my god, I'm being chased by a junk. What do you want me to do? But everything you did in this game was absolutely insanely loud. The footsteps were insanely loud. Only time you were ever quiet was with dead silence, and half the time that silence didn't even make you that quiet. People played this game so slow. It's like the first year people just blatantly used their sound just to even do anything. They just sound hoarded so bad in this Call of Duty. So like playing the other regular 66 maps were just, they were just so bad. So Ground War was not sort of the game mode to where like if it felt fluent depending on what type of map you got and depending on what side of the map you actually were on, it was the best game mode ever. Like people just went on here, went crazy. People dropped nukes on Ground War. People just had their 4-man team. As you can see, you have your whole squad on the left and you can just spawn on them whenever you want, as long as they're not like in a gunfight. Ground War was like that game mode to where you would play it if you would just want to be absolutely just sweaty and get the most amount of kills possible, because if you try to do it in regular 66 modes, it just simply just never worked out because it was just insanely slow. And also Ground War was that mode that I played for the entire year because, like I said, all those perks. But if you didn't play this, you also basically just played Shipment. The Shipment was absolutely just insane as well. I think Shipment just became so popular this year too. Obviously we've had Shipment in the past, but the way it became so popular this year between the whole camo grind and things of that nature, I don't know, Shipment just changed the game in terms of camo grinding just in general. So you was either playing Ground War to get insane amount of kills, or you were just playing Shipment. All right, if there's one thing we cannot forget about this game, that's going to be the camo grind system in here. We had Damascus throughout this entire year. The spray paint camo thing was all just 100 kills, I'm pretty sure, right? No, we had to get 800 kills. Oh my god, for each weapon, 800 kills. You had to get 125 headshot. You needed 160 crouch kills, Jesus, 75 hip fire kills, 100 long shots. Oh my god. The Tipo, you had to get 100 mounted kills. Tiger, you had to get kills while using your gun. For Tiger, you had to get 180 kills using all attachments on your weapon. For Stripes, you had to get kills shortly after reloading. You needed 50 of those max. And for the Reptile, get kills while using your gun with no attachments. And then for Skulls, you had to get 3 kills without dying 35 times. And then for the completionist side of things, you needed to, I don't even know what gold camo is. It just doesn't even tell you what you have to get for gold, but you have gold right here. You have platinum and Damascus, and then you had the Obsidian camo grind but for Obsidian you had to get 15 kills in a match 200 times, which is absolutely insane because Obsidian was the most insane camo grind ever, and it was also the first time they ever added like another completionist type of camo to Call of Duty ever. So Obsidian was just so hyped when it came out. But Damascus was one of the hardest camo grinds of all time because you had to literally get every single gun to basically level 70 because they go up literally so high. Oh my goodness. And then 100 headshots and 100 long shots for each weapon was absolutely wild. I literally remember going for this camo grind. It was absolutely just rough, especially for the Riot Shield. Oh my goodness, the Damascus Riot Shield doesn't even like sound right, but it looks absolutely beautiful. Like, it looks beautiful. Once you got it, Damascus was one of those things where it took so long, it felt worth it to actually sit there grind it. And I'm pretty sure this was the first year they actually did introduce tracer packs. I'm like 99.9% sure. Is there like a way to see like all your bundles and stuff like that? Okay, I don't think there's a way to see your bundles, but I'm pretty sure this is the first year they actually did introduce tracer packs. And I actually do remember buying a decent amount of them this year because it's tracer packs. Who doesn't love tracer packs, you know? But things definitely did change during that time for surely. But I'm pretty sure this game did not have prestiges at all. I'm pretty sure all these prestiges right here are literally for Cold War. These look like Cold War prestiges. If I'm not mistaken, these are like literally all Cold War prestiges. I don't know what the prestige system or what the rank system was like in this game, but it definitely was not these right here. This is definitely, I'm pretty sure, Cold War if I'm not mistaken. It looks very, very strange, but I don't think the levels in this game went up this high. This is my combat records right here. Oh my god, I had 29 days played on this horrible game. I remember playing a lot because I was just personally so bad at this game, in my personal opinion. So it was like kind of just want to play and get better at it. But I had 29 days played. I didn't even enjoy this game at all. The fact that I played 8,000 games is actually kind of insane to even fathom. That doesn't even sound right. And this is also the first year they did introduce the calling card and emblem sort of mastery for your weapons. So you had obviously platinum for your gun, you had Damascus for your gun, also Obsidian as well too, which I didn't know. I even unlock Obsidian for certain guns. That's basically how you just master it so many times. And of course gold as well for each weapon that you do use a lot and you do master. This is the first year they ever did introduce that, and ever since then they have not looked back. And honestly, I personally, really do enjoy them actually doing that, basically letting everybody know that you mastered that sort of weapon. Okay, I know I just talked all that about the regular map, but I kind of have to play the regular map because trying to play Ground War and actually trying to get a kill, it just wasn't going good at all. I'll be honest with you, and I really don't know any of these maps whatsoever. But we have the MP5 in my hand, and it's funny how iconic and like how popular the MP5 got over the years, especially because of Warzone. Honestly, Warzone took some of these guns popularity to like a whole different level. It was absolutely just insane, especially to this day, because MP5 is still in Call of Duty every single year. Every single sort of like iteration of it, whether it's MP5 or MP5K, it's somehow, some way, it's always in Call of Duty. And I'm pretty sure this is also the last year they actually started giving guns like their, like, I guess you can call it their real names, because ever since this point they haven't given any sort of gun like their actual name yet, like in a very, very long time. So definitely it's kind of strange, but from what I heard and from what I was told, that was also like a personal decision on their part to where they don't want to give guns their name. But that's just a different story for another day, and that's just like the least of their problems when it comes to their games. And also, this was the first game ever in Call of Duty where you can actually edit your class in game. No other Call of Duty ever did that whatsoever. So the whole gunsmith this year was like one of the most innovative things ever, because the way it was in this game, the way you can just simply just, you know, mix and match certain attachments just to create certain guns that technically aren't in the game was like so innovative and something that people have never seen ever in Call of Duty. So by them doing that, they really did change the game when it came to Call of Duty for the next, what, 6 years, because ever since that point the gunsmith has never been the same. I don't think we ever had a pick 10 system ever since this game. It's always been the regular gunsmith, to where you had a guaranteed grenade, had a guaranteed tactical, you always had some sort of guarantee with your thing, especially because the field upgrades are also something as well that was new to the game, but also not really new because they're technically somewhat like specialists, but not really, obviously on a whole different magnitude. But it's also just things that are just guaranteed now whenever you are playing the game. So your lethals, your tacticals, and your field upgrade is just always something that's guaranteed now in Call of Duty, just in general. I mean, me personally, I always hated the fact that people always had a guaranteed like stun or just a guaranteed like grenade, because it just always felt like weird to me, because that's when I felt like the whole grenade spam side of things of Call of Duty kind of just happened, because it's like everybody just throws their grenade first, everybody throws a tactical first, everybody just throws their thing instead of actually going to shoot their gun. To me, it's created the most toxic environment ever in history, and honestly just made multiplayer just like somewhat unfun and just literally unbearable to even deal with. Oh my gosh, all right, buddy, I'm gonna be honest with you, me just getting one kill feels so rewarding right now, because I'm so lost on this game and it's somewhat hard to actually play this. Like, I'm kind of nervous and stuff like that, because it's, Jesus, this game is so nerve-wracking, bro. It's like, and oh my god, you die so quick in this game too. That's another thing. The TTK this year was so unbearable, and I know that's something that everybody can sit here and agree with, because the TTK this year was absolutely just insane. Like, you can literally just get sneezed on and get hit by a gust of wind after you die. Like, it was so insane how fast you died in this multiplayer this year. I totally forgot about that. It kind of just hit me like, wait, you die actually insanely quick in this game. I mean, no, my gun, dude, I'm over opening doors. Get my gun. Oh no, this is bad for business, fellas.
Setting charge.
Oh my god, I got a C4 kill. Holy, I'm a little nervous. No, there's 3 people over there. What? I was kind of getting my groove going on. What? That's actually insane. But I don't know if a lot of people know that Modern Warfare 2 that came out a couple years ago is basically part 2 of this game right here. Oh, nice little triple kill for the kid. Okay. Oh my god, okay, I got hit by Betty, fellas. I'm a little nervous. But Modern Warfare 2 that came out a few years ago, or like 2 years ago, and then Modern Warfare 3 that came out last year is literally just part 2s and 3s to this game. I don't know if a lot of people actually do know that, but that's basically what they are. Even though Infinity War didn't do Modern Warfare 3, they just did Modern Warfare 2, and it definitely was a part 2 of this game, because that game was just as worse as this one. Definitely this one was more bearable and more playable in my personal opinion, meaning Modern Warfare 2 was more bearable and more playable. This one was absolutely just terrible. I mean, Modern Warfare 2 was also terrible as well, but if it came down to it, if I had to play one for the rest of my life, it would definitely just be Modern Warfare 2. Definitely not Modern Warfare 2019, because this game just catered to the casuals and catered to people who just are just like, I guess, the quote-unquote Sentinel players. In other words, it catered to the rats. Because they had literally every single advantage. They had every single advantage when it came to this game, just in general, in terms of everything. They had the sound, the time to kill, claymores apparently. All right, dude. This game was very, very clunky, even though people do glorify this movement. It definitely was one of the worst movements of history, in my personal opinion. I felt so slow in this game. Modern Warfare 2 was a lot worse in terms of like everything you had in it, in terms of every attachment you put on it made your gun just extremely more heavier. So it felt unbearable. But this Modern Warfare 2019 and then Modern Warfare 2 2022 was honestly one of some of the worst multiplayer experiences in history. And it just catered to the people who were just, I guess, quote unquote, on the bad side of the game. All right, I just wanted to lock in that game and honestly see what I can do there on shipment. It was okay. It wasn't nothing too crazy, but that is Modern Warfare 2019 here in 2025. I had somewhat fun playing this game because, like I said before, this game really isn't the world's greatest multiplayer in my personal opinion, but it is what it is when it came to this multiplayer. But if you did enjoy today's video, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.